Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
American Eagle's marketing campaign with Sweeney has left the Western world shaken and destroyed, to the point that the White House communications director has decided to get involved. Welcome to my channel. Grab some popcorn, because we're gonna have a great time. Does she have good genes? Sure. Does she have gorgeous eyes? Maybe. Is she white? Hell yeah. Are people overreacting to this? I think so.
Liberals are losing their minds because Sweeney isn't ashamed to be a blonde, blue-eyed white woman. The American Eagle ad is not fascist. It just shows that the high BMI positivity movement is over.
But I also know that there's a reason why people are overreacting to this campaign. And in a way, is also understandable. Now, let's not be rude and inconsiderate. We all know that people find this problematic in a way. And being a white woman with blue eyes is still a sensitive topic because that is what the media has championed. But at the same time, that is what is also being used to tell people of color as to why they should not be valuable, even though I think everybody has value. I also think that if this was a lady of a different color and they just changed around the wordplay to still get around the same message, I don't think people have had a big of a problem or really any problem as they are having today with Sweeney. Now, with history, we all know that this type of rhetoric or this type of message has been used to rob other women of opportunities, thereby limiting them in terms of the income that they can make and just the overall aesthetic and the view that the world has about people that look a certain way.
It is a curse.
And this has also come off of the already established stereotype and narrative about certain people that look a certain way, which comes from the history that we all come from in the Western world. But this is where things get tricky. I think that choosing to react this way in this manner and choosing to cancel Sweeney is a terrible way of communicating that idea and propagating change because you're not going to get the change that you really want. Nobody can really affect where they came from. Nobody can really change who they are. You can't change your skin color. You can't change the features that you have as a person. So, should your features, even though that has been used in times past to shun other people from various opportunities, should we then flip the coin and treat people that are or were benefiting from those same stereotypes and make them suffer for the sins or for the mistakes or for the actions that people that came before them did, especially when we are in a different time with different opportunities and with different people and with different societal cultures and contexts? Wait for a second, I gotta ask a question. Have y'all subscribed to this channel yet? I know you are enjoying this video, so make sure you subscribe so we can fly. Back to the video.
This is rage bait, but here's what nobody's really talking about. This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. It's a very, very, very small percentage who go on to be naturally blonde in adulthood. Sweeney herself is not even a natural blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
There are many women like Sweeney that are beautiful, and guess what? They have just great of a genes as somebody that has blue eyes and blonde hair, even though she's not ethnically or naturally blonde, would have. There are many people that are beautiful that have different genes. There are different genes that make up beauty because beauty is not a one-way narrow path. And if you're not on that narrow path, you're not considered to be beautiful.
That you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sweeney has very keen.
You see what I did there, right?
And in another way, this also plays off the insecurities of other people, morely because they have also been directly affected by this same thing, or they know people that have been directly affected and is indirectly affecting them in a way. But giving this type of ad, this type of reaction, is going to do nothing for the general goal of what it is that you want to achieve.
Okay.
Because it doesn't change the fact that even though Sydney Sweeney is here at this time, she has put in the work, or at least put in the effort, in the small things that she's been given to be somebody that has this opportunity to play this role. There are other people like Zendaya, who's considered to be black in the Western society or in the Western culture, that if she said something like this with a different wordplay and to the same message, people will not have reacted this way. And this just goes to show you that there's still some room to be done when it comes to equality and involving different types of people of different races in this highly sought after promotional campaigns for brand deals.
So is Sydney Sweeney a racist? Well, yes. We've known this since meeting her entire conservative family on social media years ago, in which they had a party where people were wearing Blue Lives Matter t-shirts as well as MAGA-style caps. And if you do need more context, the blue blood double entendre that American Eagle's having Sydney Sweeney use in that commercial is literally riffing off of Blue Blood. This is an undeniably racist and classist ideology that is used by aristocratic families who are inbred that need to justify their superiority complex. I'm emphasizing colonial heritage brand because it's not an American heritage brand because it's not indigenous. I don't think indigenous people would make shackle bracelets that look like they came straight out of fucking slavery. And American Eagle is just one of the unholy trifecta of brands, outlets that do this colonial heritage bullshit, because Abercrombie & Fitch is right there.
But let's also not be overly sensitive and overly political and think that every single thing that has to do with a white person with blue eyes and blonde hair, all because they talk about their good genes and wordplay, it doesn't always mean that there's a white supremacist or there's an agenda that's trying to be promoted, or they're trying to attack a marginalized group because of what they don't have, because everybody has different qualities that make somebody better than the other. And all because you have a strength in one area doesn't mean that someone else cannot be stronger, or somebody cannot have a strength where your weaknesses are well established.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Is history fact? Yes. And is history true? Yes. But history also has to be learned from. Because if you do not learn and just repeat the same things that other people are doing just in a different way, we're just going to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with every passing generation and with every passing century that is to come. Don't let this campaign make you lose your sense of peace like many people have lost their sense of peace online. Because at the end of the day, only you have the power to give something that doesn't have power over you, power over you. I hope you got my wordplay.
You serious?
But whether this marketing campaign was made with the innocence and ignorance of the effect that it would have on social media, or whether it was made with the intention to spark this reaction, it doesn't change the fact that insecurities will always be used to drive the increase of the bottom line of any company, good or bad. So work on your insecurities and work on being a better person. And you realize that if you want to make sure that some things are not promoted to the highest ends possible, you keep your wallets closed and your mouths sealed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you like, make sure you share. Let me know your opinions in the comment section.